Now, we have in the wing, he's swinging a bat, knocking the dirt off his cleats, and he's ready to rally cap and knock one into the cheap seats. But it's a dear friend of mine, and I mean it. God has just given me a love for this man, Dr. Henry Ealy. Henry Ealy is an all-star, and I love him with all my heart. And he has been so kind to us, and God has really used him recently. In the past few years, he's been just very outspoken to help the world understand the COVID con. He's working with Brian Artist, who was our last guest, and Henry Ealy is the E in Healing for the Ages. It's Artist Group Ealy, and then Janice Schmidt. But anyway, this is Henry Ealy. I love you, Henry. It's great to see you. Tell us what you're up to and what brings you on tonight. We love you, man.
Well, first of all, Pastor Dave and Cheryl and everyone at Church of Glad Tidings, thanks for having me back. I love you all so much. I love you, Pastor Dave. You know I'm your huckleberry all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But so, I got to tell you, that story you just told with Tina Peters, I mean, you think about someone, you know, I think what we look at is intention always, you know, and I think one of the things that in this world we've seen starting to feed upon itself and try to consume us at the same time is the intention of selfishness. It's such a darkness that it brings. And then you see the actions of Tina Peters, and she's going into a really horrific situation, and she still has the light within her to say, hey, can we record something in case this doesn't go well? I mean, you want to talk about someone to admire and just a reigning example of the courage that we have to have and the awareness we have to make sure that we don't allow selfishness to infect us and that we remain selfless at all times. That's what I'm here for, is this incredible piece of heaven, children's paradise that you, Cheryl, and everyone at the Church of Glad Tidings has put together. This is such an incredible opportunity for us all to change the world in a beautiful way.
Awesome. Now, Henry, I know you, and of course, a lot of the people here at GT know you because you've come and not just been a presenter. Henry's come and emceed the whole show down here before, and we love him very, very much. But for those that are listening in that don't know you, and don't know about the Energetic Health Institute and all that you're doing, tell us a little bit about that and how you got into it, what your passion is, and what you're doing with Healing for the Ages.
Well, you know, we're very blessed, Pastor Dave. I mean, we got started. I got invited down to Church of Glad Tidings, and I think everything just kind of started from the blessings that you all gave me the first time I came over there in 2020, right? I mean, it's just been this whirlwind. So we founded the Energetic Health Institute, which is an amazing school for amazing people who are ready to stop being patients and start being students way back in 2013. And it's just grown by leaps and bounds, especially in the last 3 or 4 years. We're very blessed at the Energetic Health Institute to be able to support these incredible efforts like Piece of Heaven, Children's Paradise. And we hope that everyone will be donating as we are at Healing for the Ages. We pledged matching dollars up to $10,000. And I'm sure we're going to be writing a nice little $10,000 check over to Piece of Heaven, Children's Paradise, in addition to offering our expertise wherever you can use us, Pastor Dave, you know, especially with curricular design. Like, that's what we're about. And this is, I mean, we start talking about what's the foundation of life as we know it. It's the protection of the next generation.
Come on, Henry.
You know, for me, there's a righteous rage that God does his best to quell within me and remind me that the wrath is not the path, you know, all the time. But I just feel this burning inside of me whenever we get this, we stop for a second and we have this reality that there are children out there being trafficked through tunnels and being just put through all types of hell for everything from adrenochrome to absurd rituals to celebrate a truly evil, demonic being that, and it challenges us to our very core of what we believe. And can we do God's work without becoming the monsters that we're attempting to vanquish, from his paradise? And I think for all of us, we have these moments in front of us. So at Energetic Health Institute, at Healing for the Ages, in great partnership with Nature's Winds, Brian Artis, with Global Healing, Ed Group, and with Jana's All Natural, Jana Schmidt, we're peeling back the curtain. Pastor Dave, I looked up something. I was teaching my students this past week about what we need to do, because last week I got a huge download, whispered into my ear of we're giving the wrong message. We're sending the wrong message. And specifically, quote that came from beyond was, the message is wrong. And it really broke me down last week, Pastor Dave. I was in tears walking around the block, because just any notion that anything that I've done in my life has let God down is just heartbreaking. And I'm in tears walking around my block trying to understand this message. And the message was sent with love. There was a smile on it. It wasn't judgmental or anything like that. But it was very clear, the message is wrong, the message is wrong. And so I've been meditating and praying upon this for over a week now, and I think it came in. Do you know what the word revolve means? Revolution?
Yeah.
Do you know the etymology of this? Because I didn't know this until like 2 days ago. Do you know it, Pastor Dave?
Not for sure.
Well, it just means to come back. It's a circle. It's to come back to the original point.
Come on.
So here we put all this energy into, we are going to revolt. We need a revolution, blah, 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 blah. All we're doing is feeding into the same system that has created this horror for these children, and this industry, this financial industry around it as well. And so the message, and I think I had God smiling this morning in prayer, because I was like, I think I get it. Evolution means something different. Yeah. Evolution means to unroll, and that is to bring into the light, to take what is hidden, that occult nonsense, unroll the scroll and show the world what is really going on, and be a testament to God's divine light living within us. And so, I said, we don't need to have a revolution. It's time for an evolution. And with the peace of heaven, Children's Paradise is that evolution, that we're going to take these children, save them from the horrors of their experience, and be able to restore their light within them and amplify it. So by the time they're done working through this children's paradise that's being created, they are going to be better than the children in the society to begin with. That's our goal. Beautiful. That's our mission. And I just think it's a beautiful evolution, and I'm just completely honored, Pastor Dave, to even be considered worthy of being able to participate in it on any level.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's hear it for Henry Ealy. We love you so much, Henry. And I just want you to know something, Henry. I mentioned this to Brian Artis, who was on just before you, but the fact that you have befriended us, and you've been willing to help us with your expertise with these kids, it means so much to me, because it's a huge, huge effort. And Henry Ealy and Brian, they just said, we'll help you with the medical end of things. Henry, his Energetic Health Institute, which, by the way, we have several people from Glad Tidings that are studying with you to get ready yes. for what we're at some point going to launch, and we'll need your help to do it, Henry. But at some point, we'll have the Light of Life Wellness Center going. And so there are people studying under Henry to get ready for that. We appreciate that. But Henry, thank you so much. I want to thank you for your friendship. It means the world to me. And I want to thank you for how generous you've been, how gracious you've been. They just invited us to their big conference and just, allowed us to promote the peace of heaven, and they've been very, very kind and gracious. Henry, I wanted to mention something to you. There were a lot of wonderful things at that conference, and it's always great to see you. But you know what was the highlight for me is I walked past your son, and he said, Pastor Dave. I turned around and said, hey, how you doing, son? And you know what he said?
What?
He said, "Thank you for being a friend to my father."
Wow.
And I thought,
what a great thing, yes.
I thought, wow, that is so awesome on every level. First of all, it's a privilege to be a friend to you, but how awesome to have a son who thinks in those terms. I just thought, you know what, you're going to grow up to be like your papa.
That's a good man right
That's a
there.
good man.
Love his daddy
Let's hear
like
it for
that.
Dr.
I'm
Henry
blushing
Ealy.
all over right now. Pastor Dave, you got me blushing all over. I'm so proud that he said that to you. Thank you so much. You have had such an incredible influence upon us. And I think, I don't know if everyone knows this, but I hadn't been in a congregation since in over 10 years. And I really was struggling with even coming down to Church of Glad Tidings the first time I was invited. But I said, you know, this is God's work. I have to go, and I gotta face this demon I had. And then I realized something. I grew up Catholic, and I gave up Catholicism for Lent 1 year and never went back. But I walked in the Church of Glad Tidings congregation, and I was like, wow, this is the way it's supposed to be, you know? And I just felt so loved and embraced. And ever since then, you all have had such a profound influence on me. And I'm just so grateful, Pastor Dave, to you, Cheryl, and everyone at Church of Glad Tidings.
Awesome, Henry.
You know?
We love you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here.
blessing.
Let's hear it for Dr. Henry
God bless
Ealy.
you, brother.
We love you, Henry.
God
All right,
bless
God
you.
bless you.